So, what do you do in a situation where you've lost your job? Whether it's because you're a software engineer and your company is using AI and tools to cut down on staff because AI helps them do some of the programming, or maybe you work for a university or a different institution that is laying off staff. There are many people right now in America that will be going through job changes, and some have lost. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people are already moving into a new field. What do you do about that situation? Well, welcome to this channel. My name is Amos Tarfa, and this is Living Sensibly with Amos Tarfa. I am a medical physicist and math and science curriculum writer. I also am a Christian apologist. The reason why I bring this topic up is because losing your job can be very difficult to navigate for many reasons. And I know about this partly because there was a time where I didn't lose my job, but I didn't have a job that was providing the needs of my family. And this was partly because of some miscalculations on my end, moving full time into something that wasn't yet fully funded, trying to run a school and not having money. And that was just a bad idea. My mistake. My wife and I have talked through it and walked through it, and we thank God for his grace and his mercy and where we are today. But that was difficult, where you think that the thing you are going to depend on is not yet ready, and so then you leave a job, but your other job is not ready. So I went into this season of no income. And I just want to say, first of all, that it can be very tough. And so please know that I empathize with you. What should you do? What are some things you can do? For whatever reason, if you've lost your job, I want to give you some things to think about. The first one is to remember that our jobs provide us an opportunity to provide for our families, but they should not define our identity. Here's what I mean. So let's say I leave, maybe someone has lost their job, and their identity is solely in that particular work that they do, then it can be very tricky because your identity and your work are in the same place, right? So identity needs to be in Christ first. So we need to address that issue of who am I first, right? So I am more than just my job, but my job is very important. I'm not trying to belittle that, but I just want to encourage you to really focus on that piece, right? Find encouragement in the fact that you've been made in the image of God. You're unique, and there are other ways and places that can use your talent. So hang on and put your identity first and foremost in Christ. The second thing to remember is that there have been people who lost their jobs or things happened to them. I heard a story of a guy. He moved his family all the way to California, and then he got to the job for the first day. And over the weekend, they had done some restructuring, and they told him he didn't have a job anymore. On your first day after moving cross country, you're told that you don't have a job anymore. That was tough. And when I heard his story, and then he shared some other parts of his story, I was just like, how do people navigate difficult times like that? You just traveled to a new state. Okay. His encouragement was huge. I met him at an apologetics conference, and we just got to talking. And one thing I told him is he didn't realize that at the time that I met him, I was going through a lot in trying to still navigate my life, like get back on my feet. Because when you go several months without a job, it can be very difficult to get back on your feet, right? This is one of the reasons that people like Dave Ramsey talk about having a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Now, somebody would wonder, Amos, you know Dave Ramsey? Yes, I do. I know Dave Ramsey. I actually took Dave Ramsey twice, right? And I feel like I still don't have an A in the realm of financial management. So I'm working with a team now. I'm working with people that are way more knowledgeable in that. And I look forward to getting their support in this arena, in my life, right? In life, you got to find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. And then you have to find people to support you in the areas where you're not as strong. So anyway, so that's what happened with that is that, basically getting back on your feet can be tough. I met this guy, he told me a story, and it was really inspirational and really got me thinking. Well, it's not inspirational that he lost his job, but what I mean is it was really encouraging to realize, look where he was today. And he didn't allow the setbacks of what happened there to make him give up on life. He kept pushing. So please keep pushing. Get a community of people around you that can keep encouraging you. Please don't isolate, and please seek out help. Seek out practical advice. Seek out opportunities to network. There's something they call upskilling. For some people, you might have to upskill. You might have to go learn data science. You might have to go learn other things. By the way, quick side note for my math workbooks, Counting the Calculus. Even if you're an adult, I can give you all the math skills you need. In 3 months, you could be doing calculus easy. So just let me know how I can help with math, okay? I'll be more than willing to provide you my online resources for free to help you to upskill and get to where you need to go. Okay, so upskilling is important. Reach out to people, rework your resume, use LinkedIn. find ways, networking, reach out and let me know if I can help as far as my friends who are going through difficult times with this, and maybe providing some recommendations. My email is, it's open. Anyways, livingsensibly.org is the website where I put teachings on faith and life. And so you can find my email there. It's just amostarfa1@gmail. So let me know if there's any way I can help. amostarfa1@gmail.com. Spend this time really, reading the Bible, seeking ways to grow, spending time in community. I think those are some things that can help. But I'm really sorry if you've lost your job, or if you feel like you're about to lose your job, or your company is moving to AI stuff, which means that you're going to be in a tough spot. Why don't we do this? We should just do a webinar too. If there's an interest in it, let's do a webinar and just brainstorm. I'm saying this is a general webinar for everybody, even those who haven't lost their jobs, where we just talk about jobs in the AI era. I think that'd be a great idea. One of the things that I'll be doing more of is, again, counting to calculus for non-traditional students so they can use it. There's some great books out there. One of them is by Keith Cresson called Understanding Mathematics from Counting to Calculus. It's a great tool for people who want to get a quick review of their math so they can go into STEM fields or data science if they want to move and pivot. Don't allow the loss of your job to devastate you to the point that you don't shine and give the love and the truth that you have in you to others. Here's what I mean. When we're devastated, we sometimes actually forget that we can still be a blessing to other people. I want to encourage you to be a blessing to those around you. Don't allow what has happened with your job situation to hold you back from being a blessing to others. The devil would want that, where we focus so much on just, look what has happened to me, my life is in a terrible situation, which again, I understand that world. But what I want to encourage you to do is get encouraged, and even in the midst of the pain, seek to give the things you learn from the Bible and the things that you learn from fellowship and community. The book of Psalms is another great place to be, because in the Psalms, the psalmist just cries unto God about different situations. And I will be honest with you, sometimes it was during the pain and during difficult times that I feel like, well, one, I was able to find out areas in my life where I needed to improve greatly. But two, it was during some of those times that growth happened. So that now I know I'm not going to repeat some of the mistakes I did yesterday, right? So where do we go from here? Let's everyone should, of course, do their best to really do an assessment of where are they at right now. Are they operating at the highest capacity that they can be operating in? And so let's focus on that. Make sure that you're operating at the highest level you can. But I really want to encourage you to grow all the skills you can and be ready for this era that we're in, with all the changes and AI taking over some programming jobs and this, that, and the other. And sometimes you might have to work in a field that you did not want to initially, but you end up finding out that you actually love. Explore, give your best in whatever you find to do. And let's keep chatting. Let's figure out more ways to encourage one another in this time where I see that there's a lot of change for people. Well, God bless, and I look forward to sharing more. This is the Friday edition. I hope to do a message this weekend, continuing in Hebrews 11 on faith, which is a great topic for this too. So we're going to be studying Hebrews 11 on my weekend edition of Living Sensibly, but this is my edition just talking about dealing with life's challenges. Have a blessed day, and God bless.